I don't know how much time we have. That sounded really, like, damning and, like, scary.
I don't know how much time we have.
Anywho, biscuits. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the 4th? No.
The 4th. Well, I think we're getting all confused about the order, and that's not important. This is just another,
okay.
You know, we don't have to say what number we're on. We can leave it up to the description.
Okay, the descriptions are good. Because then that tells me what one you're listening to, and I'm like, oh, okay.
There we go. And then we're on the same page again, and we both know what's going on.
I got it.
Us and the audience.
Yes. So, with that being said, how's everyone? Is everyone okay? How are you? Kat, are you good?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Are you looking up sound effects right now?
I was going to. I thought maybe that might be fun.
To, like, add sound effects right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. It would be.
Did monoliths make sounds?
No, they didn't make any sounds at all. I think they were pretty silent.
I see.
There was the clang, clang, clang.
Clang, clang, clang with the trolley.
I really like this room.
Yeah?
Yeah, the new, like, podcasting room.
Well, technically...
It's feeling good.
It's supposed to be a game room for my soon-to-be spouse. However...
yeah, I mean...
It's coming out very girly.
Well, plus it's got all of our shit in it.
Yeah, we did that yesterday. All right, 100 sound effects. I think that might work.
Do you have a plan for these sound effects?
No.
You're just gonna start playing them?
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, this is like like morning radio, and you're like gonna play like a zany noise at the end of every one of your jokes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let's just see how the day goes.
We'll just see what happens.
We'll
okay.
Yeah, all right, what do we got? Ooh. What does sound does an eagle make? I feel like that's more like a hawk, really. Oh, no. Get in the chopper. All right, sorry, everybody.
Did you say get in the chopper?
I said get in the chopper. I don't like that
I think
one.
I'm going to edit that whole thing out.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah. So, okay.
Okay, wait a minute. I feel like, yeah. 3, 2, 1, we're starting over. That was good. That was a good one.
Oh, no. So something that's become really popular recently in the last couple of weeks, I suppose. I feel like that would be a cool spot for like a little sound effect, like boing or something.
I feel like we don't need to revisit the sound effects machine because
anyway,
that chapter's closed. Welcome to Obviously It's Fake the podcast. I'm Catherine Dougherty.
I'm Chelsea Potts. Okay, so this week we're talking about Bob Lazar and aliens.
What is the beatly beat? I didn't know that was going to happen. That was like a surprise part of the song.
X-File.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the background, usually two people are doing it. So
I got you.
Anyway, we don't own the rights to that. So
I don't think that's how.
Isn't that how that works?
I don't think so, but moving on.
So
I feel like aliens for me, because
there's a personal connection here.
That, as a child, I suffered a pretty serious phobia of aliens.
I believe at one point there was some belief that you might have been touched by an alien.
Dude, you don't even know. I used to, every time I experienced deja vu, I thought that meant that I had just been abducted by aliens, and the feeling of deja vu was a side effect of them erasing my memory of the experience.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
It does.
I could see that.
Yeah. I think I saw it on the Discovery Channel.
Really?
Or like Ancient Aliens or some shit. I used to watch a lot of alien documentaries as a child, and I think that's part of what led to my phobia of aliens and being abducted. Because, yeah, I would think that meant that I had just been abducted by aliens, so I would, like, go run into the bathroom and, like, check my body for signs of abduction, like, markings from aliens.
Okay, so you were literally, like, let me just roll up my sleeves and look for any...
Yeah, like triangular punctures.
Wow. Why triangle?
I saw it somewhere that, like, that's, like, that, like, they leave, like, triangular puncture wounds in people.
That's scary.
For some reason.
Recently, what's come to light is a Israeli scientist has come forward and said, hey...
Yes. He's not just a scientist, though. He's an ex-Israeli Space Force guy.
Yeah, so he's 87 years old, and he had an interview with, I guess, a Hebrew newspaper. His name is Chaim Ashed, and basically what he's claiming is that there is, in fact, a base underneath Mars for... research for scientific research on Mars, and like it's been going on for years, decades, and apparently aliens or extraterrestrial life, depending on what appropriate nomenclature you would like to
be PC about it, because they're sentient too.
Sure. So
they have feelings
in whatever form you'd like to be described as. Apparently they've entered an agreement with the United States. They signed a contract with us to do experiments there on Mars. So, like, I'm imagining, like, little green men in, like, a tie with a collar and, like, nothing else.
I'm so excited about this. I'm, like, excited, a little bit scared, but mostly excited.
Please explain all of your feelings and why.
Okay, I will.
All
right, so first of all, I'm really excited because obviously I've always thought that eventually humanity would get to the point where we would be coexisting with beings of another species. You know what I mean? Who are also, like, of a higher intelligence.
All right.
Like ourselves, if not more so. You know what
sure.
I mean? But I didn't really expect it to be in our lifetime, and for it to also be, you know, at this time in our lives. Like, I feel like it's a very cool time.
It is a very cool time because of everything that's gone on this year.
I'm at the exact perfect age to accept extraterrestrials and lobby for their rights.
I think it's going to be a long time before they have rights.
Well, so...
in the United States, anyway.
Some people are thinking, right? Didn't I hear that, like, some people are thinking that, like, that's part of what, like, that, like, the civil rights movement was designed. It was, like, pre-planned by these higher life forms to get us ready as a humanity to accept
because we're
them.
hostile.
Yeah, because we're assholes.
We're awful, awful people.
Yeah. And they were like, hold on, we gotta get them to fucking get over this shit.
Be cool. See, I don't...
You know?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. I truly don't know.
We don't know.
But this guy coming clean, so they asked him, like, why are you coming clean now?
So, sorry, continue.
That's fine. They asked him, why are you coming forward with this information now? And he's like, well, I'm retired. Like, I'm 87 years old. What do I have to lose?
Yeah, plus how much longer am I going to be able to...
coherently tell his tale?
Exactly.
So it's an eye-opener for sure, because there was the suspicion that, you know, I watched a little bit today on Netflix's series called Conspiracy, which I really do hope gets another season because it's a very insightful show. But I was watching about the fake moon landing, and so there were, I don't know if it was like...
Where do you personally stand on the fake moon landing?
Not
to put you on the spot,
yeah,
but let's put you on the spot.
Thank you.
Where do you stand?
I want to believe it's real, but I have questions.
I think that's very responsible.
Yeah. I mean, so I was watching this, a piece. It was maybe, 45 minutes. And the reason I was watching it is because it mentioned the monoliths and Mars and things like that. And there was question about whether or not there was another one of these bases on the dark side of the moon. Because we never see the dark side of the moon, right? In any of the pictures or anything like that, we never see it. So apparently there was a rumor going around a while back that there was this alien base on the moon, on the dark side of the moon. But apparently, it's just a escapeless, crater-filled, no water, no landscape, just...
Well, the moon, yeah, I would believe that the moon is not inhabitable. But I would also believe that other planets within our galaxy are habitable, and they've just been keeping that information from us.
But how do
because
they know?
We're not ready, they don't trust us, etc.
But yeah, so the Galactic Federation has also come to the mainstream media. We not only have Space Force in both, Israel and the United States, but now we have this Galactic Federation, which I'm not sure why it needs to be a thing. It feels like a very, Marine Corps type of space fighting, Galactic Federation, join
Why?
the Galactic
What are
Federation.
your reasons for that opinion?
Well,
just the name?
Yeah, it's very I
You suggest a rebranding?
I suggest a rebranding for sure.
See, because Galactic Federation, I feel like I'm, for one, glad that they're being organized about it.
Well,
I appreciate that. It makes me trust them more.
They're being organized with what they want us to know. And again, the they is the proverbial they. We don't really know who they are. But the long and short of it is, I don't trust them.
You don't trust them?
No.
You know what? So, for years, Ian and I have been having this conversation about how, the next black people are going to be extraterrestrials.
Absolutely. They'll be used as
But you don't trust them.
No, I don't trust the proverbial them. I'm not saying I don't trust the extraterrestrials.
You're not saying that you don't trust them as a species. You don't trust them as in the Galactic Federation.
Yeah, I don't trust what I'm not smelling what they're stepping in, is what I'm getting at.
You don't like that they're a federation.
The Federation, here's where
you want them to be the United Galaxies.
Sure, or the United Galaxy Corps.
Okay.
The Peace Corps.
Okay, I understand.
Or galaxies helping galaxies,
The UGN.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. But it seems very guns a-blazing and octopus type things are going to come out of space and attack us, and I feel we're opening ourselves up we're inviting that into our lives. And I don't think that the technology is there. I think it's in its infancy. And I don't think it's a good idea with where we are as a species right now.
You don't think we're ready?
I don't think the vast majority is ready. There's a couple of us out there that are beam me up, Scotty. But then there's us in between where it'd be like, oh, you know, I'll
yeah, but
believe
you
it when
don't
I
even,
see it.
but you don't even know them yet. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, what if they're
What
if
chill?
you're like, okay, like I like your message, and I like your style, and I'm cautiously optimistic about a future with you.
Well, then what's going to happen? I mean, is there going to be, like, intergalactic laws? Treaties, if you will?
Why wouldn't there be? You know?
Imagine, like, being able to just...
like, the technology that, like, they would bring.
Well, the stealth bomber was allegedly...
We'd basically be, like, refugees that they were saving.
Yeah, we're living in, like, caveman era.
Burning this planet.
Yes, it's absolutely fucked and there's no going back.
At least that's what they're telling us. That's a whole other episode.
But this is why I think the Galactic Federation came to the mainstream, because there was no longer denying it. Our generation said, hey, tell us the truth. What's going on? We want to know. Give us some answers. And that then forced the government's hand.
We're not gonna take it.
No, we're not.
That's exactly, yes.
We're not going to take it anymore.
How eloquently put.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So how do you feel then? Scared, excited, happy?
I feel like the last thing we need on this planet is more things to harvest it and experiment on it and ruin it.
The Galactic Federation might take us one step closer to one world government. Moving us into Project Bluebeam.
They're not going to Geneva Convention it, I don't think. I think what they're going to do is they're going to weaponize NASA, is what Space Force is, essentially. A weweponized
Yeah,
NASA.
that's exactly what Space Force is.
Why do you need to be weaponized if you're just exploring?
Because, no, they've been told us.
Yeah, and
they know about it.
They say that we're hostile. They, being the extraterrestrials, say that we're hostile.
Yeah, obvious, because we are.
Why, though? Why are we so hostile? Why can't we just be...
We've always been hostile. We're hostile.
What's wrong with us? Why are we so damn hostile? Why can't we just be chill?
I don't know.
All right, well, that's another thought for another day.
I don't know.
But, end all be all, I think that they should just introduce us and say, hey, you know, this is such and such from planet such and such, and he's been chilling with us, or she, or they, whatever their preference is.
They probably don't even use gender.
Probably not. They can probably, you know what, I'm not even going to imagine the things that they can do. But...
Well, yeah, I mean, because we don't know.
We have no idea. But the sciences and the technologies that they could bring to us would be wonderful.
It would be cool.
But it's not for us. It's not for our generation.
Why not?
It's not even for our grandkids' generation.
Chelsea Potts, come on. Progress. Don't stand in its way.
I'm not standing in progress's way.
Who are you?
What I'm saying is that what the government is trying to do is make sure humanity continues. It doesn't mean existing humanity. It just means humanity in general. So they're going to make sure that, like, only the cream of the crop.
No, they're worried about their damn selves.
No, the cream of the crop is going to get sent to Planet B, and the rest of us are just going to be fucked. I think we're getting off topic here, but as we do.
I disagree. I think we're on topic.
Are we?
I think that is the topic.
I just wish they would come out with it and be like, yeah. I mean, I know they have, but I wish they'd make a bigger deal about it.
Right.
A little more pomp and
They're
circumstance.
trying to ease us into it.
But we know. We've known. We've suspected. We haven't known. But we've suspected. We've vehemently suspected.
Definitely happening.
It's insane. Who's to say? Who's to know? Who's to tell? We'll have to wait and see.
I don't know. You seem pretty immediately hostile to the Galactic Federation.
You know where I stand on any organized federations, bureaus, etc. And that's, I want to see some GD credentials, USOB.
Do you have a warrant?
Yeah. Do you have a warrant? You don't need one? Yeah, you do. You totally
What
need
brings
a
you
warrant.
to this planet?
Why? I don't want to say that to someone.
What exactly?
What brings you to this planet, Kat? What?
I live here.
I'm here for, like...
Business or pleasure?
Your jewels. Give me your jewels. What if there was just, like, a planet of sea glass?
There probably is.
Wouldn't that be so cool? The entire thing was made of sea
There's
glass.
the shit that you can't even imagine. Don't say that we can't handle it.
The wonders of space, an endless adventure.
Why would you keep that?
That's why I would love to
From
be
us.
on the USS Enterprise.
Then why are you fighting against this?
I'm fighting against the fact that it's weaponized. We can be
You don't
peaceful.
know that it's weaponized.
You agreed with me.
The only people that are weaponized that you're looking at are us.
No, the
Space Force.
Yeah, Space Force is weaponized. It doesn't need to be weaponized. What in space do we need weapons for?
Nothing but
Meteors?
No.
Pulling like a what's his name?
A Bruce Willis? No,
A
this
Bruce
isn't
Willis in Armageddon with the bomb and the
This
and
isn't
then
about
Steven
Bruce
Tyler's
Willis.
like in the background on his knees, like crying one single tear while
That's
the song
not about
plays.
this.
Such a good movie. Strongly suggest if you're into that kind of thing.
I'm not.
Maybe somebody else is. Cat. Jeez.
Sorry.
However, it might do good. I don't know. We'll have to see. That's my take.
How non-specific.
It might be fine.
It might be fine. It might,
It'll work
yeah.
out.
It might be wonderful. It might be terrible.
So this guy Bob Lazar.
Totally.
Yeah. This guy Bob Lazar, you can't sum him up in one word. I'll give him that. He's a visionary.
I can sum him up in one word.
Visionary?
Consistent.
Ooh. Okay. And
He's very consistent.
that could go either way. Truly.
I mean it in the purest sense of the word.
I have to burp. Hold on.
That was really
I'm so sorry.
funny.
I shouldn't drink soda when we do this. Okay.
It's fine.
So Bob Lazar, he was this guy. He was this like scientist guy. He loved rocket propelled anything.
Didn't you have a bunch of notes? Like, you said you had a bunch of notes.
Yeah, I put them on the dock. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
It's
didn't mean
okay.
to make it like a thing. I was just
No.
like, do you need to get your
I got them right here.
paper, your pens?
I ain't got no paper. I ain't
Your
no
paper
tree
lips.
killer.
That was weird. The way you did that.
I'm not a tree killer though.
I know. Okay.
But my new like desk job, so much paper. So much paper, so many trees go down, and my soul is going to be absorbed by them, like, because of the fact that I, as a person, allow this to continue.
Your soul's gonna be absorbed by who? The paper
The
or
trees.
the trees? Okay. Do you think that would be crazy if that was like what happened? If you
didn't
didn't care about
it?
the environment?
Couldn't that be... All right, we're getting way off topic here.
As
we do.
Yeah.
All right, so my notes are this. So a lot of what I'm getting from is from the documentary on Netflix. If you have not seen it, I strongly, strongly suggest watching it if you have like an hour and 45 minutes to just chill and learn about some aliens.
That's what you should do with that.
So, if you can hear that, that's Foxy, my dog.
Should we wait it out?
Maybe. Oh, no. So, May 15th, 1989.
We begin.
The scene opens to a man, darkened, and you can only see the reflection of wilderness behind him. And he's on the local Nevada news.
Okay.
States 9 flying saucers are being test flown and analyzed in an area south of Area 51. And I said, what?
Excuse me?
This was 1989. I don't even know if you were born. You were like a month old. I was like
8 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just out and out says this, right?
He's like, it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are like, who is this guy? Like, what? Who is this guy? Is he credible? Mm-hmm. Is he credible at all? So people start looking into him. His name isn't Dennis. He went on the news as Dennis, and they put it in the...
Gotcha.
And they didn't distort his voice.
Dennis.
But what he explained was that he was mainly involved in propulsion and power source. So basically, with these crafts, what his job was is whoever was his boss wanted him to, which, I mean, we assume is the United States government, or I think technically he was employed by the Navy, but don't quote me on that. They wanted him to reverse engineer the alien spacecraft because
okay.
It was engineered in such a way that we couldn't replicate. We couldn't replicate the propulsion system of the craft. Basically what he said was it's an antimatter reactor that the government, it was impossible to recreate. The area he actually worked in with these things was an area called S4.
Okay. And so what does that mean? Can you explain antimatter propulsion to me?
Not really. Well, okay. So basically, it's kind of difficult to explain. However, I will attempt it.
Just like, what is it? It's, it's basic physics. Whatever.
It's basic physics.
Dust off your...
So basically,
PhD.
the craft, this saucer, if you will, or spacecraft, is essentially pushing off of gravity and using gravity to its advantage and moving gravity any way they want.
So it's like swimming in gravity.
Exactly. They're using gravity to move it to where it needs to go.
Okay.
And so they're assuming that these spacecrafts that are or were at this area S4, are equipped with these things, that they've come from a different solar system completely.
Well, yeah, because
there's nothing.
Who else?
Yeah. So
who do we know? We don't know anybody like that.
The consistent, I'm gonna have to say no, and the reason I say that is because throughout the documentary,
consistent, you're gonna have to say no?
He alludes to the fact that he has seen aliens, like alien beings. But then when he was asked directly, he was like, I never saw anything, per se. I saw people in white lab coats talking to what seemed like a very short individual, but I couldn't see that individual. And the seats of the crafts were so small that children could fit in them, but they weren't supposed to be built for children.
Right.
So that was very odd. Like, he alluded to it, and then he was like, no, I never saw them. However,
I feel like I know that they were there.
Right, exactly.
Because,
But then he says there were alien cadavers. So, what does that mean?
Did he see them?
He said they were there. He did not mention whether or not he saw them, just that they were there. So
I believe that.
How he got to this area
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I don't even need any proof, to be honest with you, which is so unlike me.
It is. It really is.
But this is just like, I don't know what it is about aliens. I fear and respect them, and I'm not going to question their existence. I'm not going to be a dumbass about it.
Sure. And what Bob Lazar is saying is like, yeah, they exist.
Yeah.
Not in our solar system, but they absolutely exist. Mm-hmm. Now, the way he got to work was very interesting.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. He was like, so he was like a character.
Yeah.
He was like a local.
He had to, they were driven to an area, in, a van with, blacked out or no windows. And that area was supposed to be S4. Mm. So he doesn't know if it was really Area 51 or not, But he is said to have went to these prestigious schools and, MIT and things like that. And when people started investigating him and asking questions...
They, erased him from the fucking books.
Yeah, he was just gone.
Yeah. How did they do that? And, how did somebody say, oh, yeah, no, he was there? Did anybody...
No.
Did anybody, come to his...
Somebody came at them with proof, and they were like, yeah, no, we're just, no. So, to get this job, basically, what ended up happening was he had to read 120 different briefings just to get the clearance to get the job.
Okay.
So, it's crazy.
So this was a very hush-hush.
Oh, absolutely.
Operation.
What the government wanted to do was duplicate the reactors without using element 115. They wanted to use nuclear reactor fueled with plutonium, but that was a futile attempt.
Right. Can you explain to me what's element 115?
Okay, well...
Real quick. Just give me a little...
First of all, there's no real quick when it comes to element 115.
Give me a little 115, 101, if you will.
It's highly suggested, highly and, steamily.
You say steamily?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
It's a hot topic.
If
it was on The View, Whoopi would be like, element 115, let's get on it, ladies. So it's highly suggested and steamily suggested that it is an element that was brought from another universe. However, the story...
But what is it, though? What is it?
They don't... You can't... I don't know.
You can't put it into words?
No. And neither can Bob Lazar.
Neither can Bob... Okay, but what does it do? Why is it... That's the key to antimatter?
I think so.
Is element 115?
Yes. I think...
What's it called?
Element 115.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I believe it was added to the... I don't know if it was added to the periodic table of elements, but it was, confirmed to be an element. But they said that they made it. It was the first man-made element.
Right.
But it wasn't man-made. People very much... And
it wasn't man-made. It was...
brought from another universe.
Alien, extraterrestrial made.
And Bob Lazar was asked if he took any element 115 when he left. Because he, helped discover it.
So, you think that he stole it?
Well... Shortly after the documentary, the FBI raided Bob Lazar's house and shit.
For real?
Yeah.
Do you think that he stole element 115?
I don't know.
Well, then, I mean, if the FBI raided his house after the documentary, I feel like they definitely are confirming that he really did work there.
Absolutely, 150%.
When they came out and they were like, "Oh yeah, aliens are real," did they say Bob Lazar was right the whole time?
I don't think so.
So they didn't, clear him?
No, not at all. But what he has been consistent on is that the technology that comes from this other universe is incredibly advanced.
Yeah, it would, change the world, right? It would change everything about the way that we live.
The way we work as a society, our economy, it would change everything. Now, he doesn't necessarily say if it's for better or worse. It would just change everything. And
you think worse, possibly?
Well, he doesn't say.
Because it sounded to me like the way that he was saying it was I'm mad that they're not,
letting us
sharing
have
this technology because it would be so cool. It would be so beneficial. But you're saying, like, you think it could be a detriment?
Could absolutely be a detriment because, I mean, look at our society now as a whole. I mean, let's not get political, but let's get political a little bit.
Okay, walk me through it. What are we talking here? What's the...
Maybe money wouldn't even be a thing anymore. Maybe U.S. currency would be a thing of the past. Maybe... I don't understand the connection. Maybe fuel wouldn't exist.
Fuel wouldn't exist? Well, that could happen.
Yeah.
You think they're trying to protect the oil markets?
Oh, absolutely. How could they not?
That's it.
Like the conspiracy plot thickens, my friends.
That's it.
They gotta protect the oil markets, otherwise,
of course,
the war. Like if
it's all about oil.
If every country, it's always oil never sleeps. It never fucking sleeps.
It goes all the way to the top
and beyond, my friend, and beyond.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was about the oil.
I mean, we literally just stumbled upon that, but
that's not already a fact that, like,
I don't. It could be
in the books.
It might be. If not, it is now.
Add it to the thing.
Add it to the.
Put it on the records.
So anyway, it's possible. We got that was That was a stretch.
It's more than possible.
It's so possible.
What were we talking about before this?
So the Bob Lazar, the technology,
the technology,
yes. And maybe debit cards wouldn't.
Do you think no more debit cards?
No, maybe it would just be like in our wrists. Just scan me.
I mean, that's gonna happen anyway, right?
You think?
Yeah, people are already doing that. They're like RFIDing their kids and shit. You can get like RFID'd at work.
I don't want that.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I don't need that.
What if it becomes like law?
I feel like that's not going to happen in our lifetime.
We got a good, 30, 40 years.
Yeah, I don't think in the next 30 or 40 years it's going to be illegal for you to not have a chip in your body that's been installed by the government that we're all aware of. You know what I mean? If we're talking about the secret chips that they install in our bodies through the flu vaccine, that's a different thing.
Ooh,
but
that would be mark that as I'm using a marker in my mind.
It's like a check. You're making a check mark.
Big check mark. Big permanent marker. It smells all poisony. The vaccine, the coronavirus vaccine, the rumors, the conspiracies. I've heard them all, my friend.
We're on it. That's a different thing. That's another topic for another day.
I'm saying I want to do that.
We will. We have it. That's already on the schedule.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
Jesus. So he's confirming that alien spacecraft exists. How would it get here if it wasn't meant for people or aliens or whatever they're called to be in it? Now, here's something that gets...
Why weren't they meant to be in it?
Like, maybe it was like a remote mission, so that way they could make sure we weren't hostile. So there's another documentary, and the name of it escapes me, that was new on Netflix around the same time the Bob Lazar thing was new on Netflix, and it talked about Space Force and the intergalactic...
The Elon Musk Space Force you're talking about?
No.
What's that called? That's not called Space Force.
No.
It's called like SpaceX.
Yeah, SpaceX. Space Force, the U.S. government Air Force space program.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So there was in this documentary, there was what was stated to be a legit commercial, a recruitment commercial for the Space Force.
Okay.
And it was about a father and daughter. The daughter was in the Space Force or thinking of enlisting, and he was like, my daughter wants to save us from intergalactic warfare. Yeah.
That was in the commercial?
Yeah.
When did it air?
It hasn't aired yet. It's just like a commercial that like the government
because they're gonna release it because eventually we're gonna find out about it.
I think so. Yeah.
It's like just on the horizon. It's already happening, but we just don't know it.
Yeah, because Bob Lazar, he came out. This got big.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And
it is. It's.
There's so many stories, so many.
I hate
sightings.
to sound so fucking gullible and crazy.
Is it though?
But I believe it 100%.
Yes.
150%.
Yes.
200%.
It's so much. But, in my mind, like the military deprograms soldiers, allegedly. Why wouldn't they do that with their employees as well?
But Bob Lazar, whistleblowed.
Yeah, he blew that whistle hard.
Yeah, so that's like a different thing.
That was an alien whistle.
He was still an employee when he did that, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, so he, fucked it up. Maybe they do deprogram their employees.
Maybe they do.
But Bob Lazar was so they had to...
Peace out, homies.
Fucking ruin his life. You know what I mean?
That's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful.
That's what happens,
That's scary.
It's still happening right now. And it happens all the time.
It shouldn't.
It happened, it just happened with the fucking Trump administration.
That's true.
And that whistleblower.
All the whistles.
Yeah, you can't blow them.
There's so many whistles to be blown. Still little time. At any rate. Yeah, and he just kind of lives with his wife and does his, chemistry, physics work.
Wait. Okay, wait, what? So...
So now he's just a guy.
So they just let him go?
Yeah, they didn't really have anything on him.
They just okay.
No, they just kind of ruined
So he's
all
just,
of his
living...
stuff.
What does he do now? What's his,
He's just, a science guy.
He's Bob Lazar, the science guy?
Yeah, he makes fireworks professionally.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's what's up.
Yeah. Okay. I saw him on his Instagram account when he was discouraging people from the Area 51 raid.
Oh my goodness.
He was like, guys, seriously,
don't do it.
It's not, I don't support this, and it's not cool, and you shouldn't do it.
And the government was taking down the posts. Which, I really don't think, talk about, your amendment rights, freedom of speech, right?
But you're not allowed to go there.
Why not? It's
part of the country.
It's part of the country that I live in. Why can't I go there?
Because it's off limits.
Why?
It's classified.
I don't care.
It's not yours. You can't go in your neighbor's house either.
No, I can't. I wouldn't want to.
So.
I wouldn't want them to come here either.
Yeah.
But nobody lives there. Or do they?
Yeah, you don't know.
Can you imagine there's just an alien walking around smoking Marlboro menthol lights, 100.
Men in Black? Men in Black?
Oh my gosh. So we were making lunch the other day and I put that song on. That Here Come the Men in Black.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay. That's in your mix?
That's
on your playlist?
Yeah. While I was making lunch and I was doing a dance and I was singing it. And Tom was like, What is happening right now?
That's rude.
Yeah. Got in my jam. But anyway. Yeah, so basically at that point the government was we can't 30 years ago Bob Lazar was hey, all this stuff is happening and
yeah.
Believe it or not, it is what it is. Take it or leave it. Have a good day. I'm gonna go live my life now.
Goodbye.
Congratulations. You all win.
Now you know.
What you see, you did not see. And then what happened 30 years later, some guy was yo, let's do a documentary. And at one point in the documentary, Bob Lazar got a little bit irritated, noticeably irritated. Was why would you even come here if you didn't have questions? At one point. There's he really won't talk about Element 115. He really won't say much about it at all. He kind of he's I don't want to go there. So I'm curious to know really what it's all about. If someone who's worked in that kind of an environment with beings from another planet, what wouldn't you talk about if you're willing to go on national television and talk about that? You know what I mean?
No.
So, my issue is threefold with this whole thing.
Threefold.
One, he gets on a bus to go to work that, like, has no windows.
Okay.
Or has very tinted windows.
Well, but you work for the government.
Okay.
It's the government, man.
But, like, why can't I know where I work? That's a pretty simple request.
Yeah. Well, that's also, like, a risk that I guess you have to, like, sign up for, because there's a lot, like, I would be worried if I didn't know where I was at work, because what if something happens to me?
Right, like, you don't know where you are.
Like, gonna know where the fuck I was?
So there's that.
Well, yeah.
So how does he know he didn't work for Area 51 and they just called it S4? He doesn't know, because he doesn't know what it looked like.
So he doesn't know, but he said that he knew that it was, like, roughly 4 miles south of Area 51 or whatever, like, however many miles.
Allegedly.
You don't think that he could see out the windows at all when they drove him? Not at all.
Maybe, like, enough to vaguely know where you are, in a sense. But that was it.
So vaguely 4 miles south of Area 51.
Like a very vague, like very... Did we just see that cactus? I don't know. Did we just make 4 rights? I don't know.
So you think he could just be, like, right back where he fucking...
Maybe he just goes around the block and they're right back where they're at.
Could be. That's true.
You never know.
You don't.
Yeah, so... But things have been a little chill for Bob lately. I mean, everything's kind of calmed down. He did mention that he did not support the Area 51 raid at all. It didn't really end up happening. I think a lot of people got very hype about it and gassed up, so to speak. But at the end of the day, no one really ended up going.
Damn.
So, now we got these funky statues all over the place.
The fucking monoliths, dude.
The monoliths are...
What is up with that?
So these monoliths are allegedly these things that happen over time with erosion and rock and what have you, and they're like a single structure, right?
No.
Oh.
What? Erosion?
Yeah. And rocks.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
But, like, they definitely weren't from erosion, because they were, like, really sharp.
Erosion couldn't make something sharp?
But it was, like, sharp and new. Like, it had, like, perfect angles on it.
All right.
The first one did.
So somebody created it even though it was supposed to be claimed to be organic.
It was not organic. Definitely not.
But I thought a monolith was supposed to be organic.
Well, like
ideally.
the definition of a monolith?
Yeah. Like an organic structure that's created over time. That's pointy and tall and thin.
Well, I don't think that they're... Yeah. That's not what it...
No.
Did you see it? Did you see a picture of it?
I did.
It's definitely not organic.
No, it's definitely not organic, and this is why I question everything. Because if a definition says, hey, this is supposed to be organic, and I look at it and
well, maybe they're just not using, like, the term appropriately.
Organic is pretty cut and dry,
No. I mean monolith. Like, the term monolith.
That's very possible. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
So
The first one was in Utah. That one was definitely real, and probably the government and or extraterrestrials. The second one in Romania did not look exactly like the first one. It certainly looked a little shittier.
Shittier in what sense?
Well, it had, like, the little squiggles all over it, and, like, the weld line was definitely not super clean.
Could have been better. Those beads weren't beady.
It was very amateur hour.
Very unbeady beads.
Very obviously not created by a superior being. And then the rest of them, now they're just fucking popping up everywhere, all over the place.
Superior being.
Now you got them all over the
tools.
place. You got them in California. You got them in the fucking Netherlands. You got them all over town. Everybody's got a monolith.
I want a monolith. No, I don't. Because then it would be like a poltergeist situation, and I'm not really into that. Right? No, I don't want my kids sliding across the floor weirdly. No, thank you.
I'm pretty sure my house is haunted.
Stop it.
It definitely is.
Dude, you can't
I know it's haunted.
talk about your house being haunted
100%.
and then leave me tonight. Like, you just can't.
You're not in my house. This is your house.
It is.
Yeah. My house is a lot older than yours.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely haunted.
All I can say is...
Fiona sees the ghost.
Oh my god, stop.
She does, though. She does.
The monoliths, so the most recent one was in California. It was dismantled.
Yeah. Well, no, there was one just now in the Netherlands.
Oh, very within the couple of hours.
Well, like today.
Oh, wow.
What's today?
Sunday?
The 6th?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Good stuff. So nobody really knows why they're here, what their meaning is.
Well, I feel like the first one definitely could have been, like I said, the government or extraterrestrials.
Why would the government do it?
Or just to, like, you know, whatever. It's like an experiment. Yeah, like to fuck with somebody.
Maybe we're all just an experiment.
You know, something.
Experiment gone horribly, horribly wrong.
That's definitely possible.
Yeah.
That's like a whole...
I don't think this was the plan.
Thing. I mean...
I don't know what the plan was, but I don't think this was it.
Whose plan?
I don't know. But somebody had to map it out, right? Somebody had to say, all right.
Somebody who? Somebody
I'm
like...
not sure.
Like, are you talking about like a god
I'm
type of an entity?
about, like,
or are you talking about like just like a more intelligent life form?
Like the proverbial they.
The royal they.
Yeah, sure.
Whoever they are.
Yeah. They...
The reptilian elite.
Well, if we want to really get that involved into it. But they were like, yo, here's my plan. I'm just going to throw it out there. Yeah, like spaghetti. Throw it to the wall, see what sticks. And I feel like what ended up happening was the spaghetti turned into napalm and fucking burn up everything until nothing was left. And then the guy was like, this was not the plan. This was not the motherfucking plan. There was a plan, but this wasn't it. And I can't undo this. This is forever now.
Is that from a thing?
Nope.
It's from your brain?
It's from my brain. I feel like that's where we're at with 2020.
That's your take?
That's my take on it.
As we approach 2021?
As we approach 2021. Like, we are all acting like January 1st, 2021. Everything's going to be normal again.
No, we're not.
Some of us are.
Okay.
And I don't mean us as in, like, the royal us. I mean, like, them as in the royal them. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
And it's not okay. Like, wear a mask. Don't be crass. Wear a mask.
Don't be crass, wear a mask.
Yeah. I feel like that's something Moira Rose would say.
Moira Rose? Yeah, maybe.
Don't be crass. Wear a mask. Don't be crass. Wear a mask.
That was pretty good. That was like a medium good Moira Rose impression.
At this juncture, I don't feel as if though my adornments for today are going to be able to accommodate your requests.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's my favorite. Why do we always talk about shows at the end?
I don't know. I mean, it's just like quarantine. What else are you going to do?
Like, literally.
Yeah, Ian recently asked me, he was like, I have some vacation time that's not going to roll over. Do you want to take a day off together and just, like, stay home? We could take Fiona to daycare and just stay home.
Mm-hmm. Dude, why not?
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's where we're at, is that, like, you know, when else do we have, like, vacation time that's expiring and we're just going to, like, stay home?
Yeah, exactly. Good times. Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Obviously It's Fake, the podcast. I am Chelsea Potts.
I'm Catherine Doherty.
Like, share, rate, comment,
subscribe, etc. We thank you.
We love you.
We don't... Let's not...
No?
Well, okay, maybe. Yeah, all right,
sure.
That's fine.
We're committed to committing to something with you at one point or another. Potentially. We're committed to the idea of us.
Now it's just all messy.
Oh. We'll just cut that part out. Yeah, thanks for listening. Until next time.
This has been Obviously It's Fake, the podcast.